Gear is almost here, and this week's episode of AEW Dynamite did not disappoint. We saw a former TNT champion replace Jon Moxley, get well to you soon by the way, in the World Title Elimination Tournament. Kenny Omega was also in action, and as was Cody Rhodes. The TBS title tournament continues, so let's get straight into it with Kenny Omega versus Alan Angels. Angel starts off strong, hitting the champion with a shotgun dropkick in the corner. Omega was soon back in it and had the Dark Angle with a member on the ropes. Kenny then went for an early cover and it was a close call. Omega tried for a V-trigger but missed his mark. Angels replied with a boot, sending Omega crashing into the ringside, and then Alan followed it up with a suicide dive. Back in the ring, the Dark Order member went for a frog splash, but Omega got his knees up and hit the one-winged Angel. Angels moved into a pinning position, however, off a counter. Omega then hit Alan with a series of V-triggers. Omega took the mic after the match and told Michael Nakazawa to bring a steel chair into the ring. Omega was tried to hit an Alan with a one-winged angel on the chair, but Hangman Page came out. Page then told Omega he only had 10 days left as champion. I'll give this a 7 out of 10. Just to fill out the time for full gear, this was perfectly fine, worked well for me. Before, we got a promo from Malachi Black, who addressed Cody Rhodes' match against Andrade. Black said what Julius Caesar was killed. Brutus wasn't the only man who betrayed Caesar. Before CM Punk was out next, Punk took the mic and said there were two people who weren't in the arena tonight, first being Mox. He congratulated him for being brave enough and he acknowledged his history, and then addressed Moxie's friend Eddie Kingston and said he would talk to Eddie face to face and that he would wait for an apology from Kingston. Just a brilliant promo from Punk, he's so great. Can't wait for that Punk Kingston match. And then mock stuff. Just really brilliant stuff, to be honest. Before it was announced that Miro would be replacing Moxley in the Elimination Tournament, Miro addressed God, wondering if he was back on his side for letting him in the tournament. Before the Young Bucks and Adam Cole were backstage with Alex Marvez, Cole opened up on their loss, calling it a fluke last week. Nick Jackson added that the Super Elite were not scared of anyone. Luchasaurus and Christian told out. Matt Jackson told Luchasaurus to call his jets and that they would call out. The Bucks and Cole then walked away before trying for a cheat shot. The Brawl headed out to ringside. We saw Jungle Boy with a dive off the stage, taking out the Bucks and Adam Cole. Christian then went for the kill switch, but was taken up by Matt Jackson. Luchasaurus then hit Jackson with a steel chair, while Jungle Boy hit a snare trap locked in on Cole. Christian then took out a couple of chairs and hit Adam Cole with a concerto. This was good. I guess this is building up towards the match at the next pay-per-view. It was really fun, this. And great to see the babyfaces get on control. PR then took on Samurai Del Sol and Aerostar for the AAA Tag Team titles. Dax Harwood and Aerostar started the match off. The Mexican showed off his acrobatic skills before both Dax and Wheeler were sent outside. And Aerostar hit Harewood with a big dive. Meanwhile, Samurai Del Sol tagged in and took out Cash Wheeler with a crossbody. Del Sol then continued his onslaught with some kicks before the finish saw Cash Wheeler reverse a victory roll from Aerostar in a pinning combination of his own using the ropes to get a 3 count. I'm really a 7 out of 10. This was a really fast-paced, fun match. Enjoyed it a lot. And Joe, it's good to see Kalisto back on my screens. I forgot he even existed, to be perfectly honest. Before the Inner Circle were out next on Dynamite to announce which members would be involved at the top team at Full Gear, Chris Jericho had the mic and praised Sammy Guevara for his win over Ethan Page. Top team then came out and Dan Lambert implored Jericho to make the announcement. Lambert added that he created the American top team 25 years ago and they were at the top of their game. The crowd were having none of it and chanted Lambert, who asked. JUK picked Junior Dos Santos, while Santana called out Andrade Advolonsky. Lambert then addressed how Paige Van Zant's schedule was free and how Jericho likes to trash talk about her. Van Zant seemed open to taking place, but Jericho picked Lambert himself. Lambert freaked out. This was a classic heel stuff, but it was fine. That was Jamie Hayter v Anna Jay in the TBS Championship Tournament. Anna Jay had a pretty strong start, but Jamie Hayter quickly sent her out to ringside. The fans were behind Jay as she sent Hayter crashing into the ring. Hayter then hit a nasty-looking boot to the head before sending Anna Jay crashing into the turnbuckle. The Dark Order member soon fought back with a comeback, but the numbers were numbered. Jay hit a DDT for a 2 count before a distraction allowed Hayter to capitalise and hit a lariat to pick up the win. Didn't see it coming, but interesting to see Hayter progress. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. MJF was out next and he addressed Darby Allin, saying that neither he nor Darby were concerned when AEW signed a bunch of new stars, as they were both pillars of the company. MJF added that he didn't understand why Darby was cheered while he was booed. The start of the earth added that he was probably because the fans were envious of him and they wish they could be him. MJF then promised to beat Darby Allin at Full Gear before he was because he was a better man and wrestler. As MJF tried to head back, Sting came out and forced the leader of the Pinnacle to the ringside area. The Icon had backup with him when they stopped before Shawn Spears and Wardlow came out and Darby Allin came out as well. They clashed at ringside. Allin tossed MJF into the ring and went for the coffin drop, only for the Salt of the Earth to roll out of the way. This was an entertaining segment. Just really looking forward to that match. But yeah, I could listen to MJF promos forever. Next up on Dynamite was Cody versus Andrade. The crowd were behind Cody to start with, which came as a surprise following recent reactions. Andrade slapped Cody across the face before the American Nightmare forced him back into the corner. Back in the ring, Andrade took control before Cody hit back with a Cody cutter. Back in the ring, Andrade managed to get back in control and booted Cody into the corner. He then hit his Patterson double knees in corner for a 2 count. Cody then tried to hit back with a figure 4, but Andrade blocked it. The finish saw Cody go for a dive when he was distracted, before Andrade then finished Cody with a hammerlock DDT. As FTR and Andrade celebrated, Arn Anderson got in Tully Blanchard's face. The Lucha Bros ran out to chase them away. Didn't see this coming, but big win for Andrade and a great match too, 7 out of 10. Before it was time for the main event, Cassidy versus Miro. Bryan Danielson was on commentary. Cassidy put his hands in his pockets and hit Miro with early kicks. The Bulgarian star was not a fan and followed Orange Cassidy out to the floor. Orange ran back into the ring and went for a suicide dive, but Miro caught him with a vicious suplex. Cassidy then fought back with a tornado DDT, getting a 2 count before Miro rested on the timekeeper's table as Cassidy launched himself outside. The two barely beat the 10 count before Orange Cassidy hit beach break. Miro kicked out at the last second before locking the game over to advance. Bryan Danielson and Miro then looked like they were going to have a handshake, but Miro refused it, and that ended the segment. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Great promo, great match, and Miro in the final. Love to see it. Overall this week, AEW Dynamite gets a 7 out of 10 from me. Really enjoyed this episode of Dynamite from start to finish. Solid from top to bottom. Great matches, great storylines, and just in general getting really hyped for Full Gear. At this rate, I think it will be a really, really good show. But anyway, guys, that's it for the video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts, comments down below. Follow me on Twitter. Thanks for watching for daily wrestling news. And subscribe to the channel and subscribe right now. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.